John Ulzheimer is known as one of our nation's most recognized credit experts. Having worked for 28 years in the credit industry, John has become one of the most prolific speakers about credit and the go-to authority on answers to credit-related questions. Credit Countdown with John Ulzheimer.
Hello, my name is John Ulzheimer. I am a consumer credit expert. I've been in the credit industry for almost 30 years now. I've spent time at FICO, which is one of the two generally recognized credit scoring brands in the United States, along with VantageScore, and Equifax, which is one of the three generally recognized consumer credit reporting agencies. All right, so today's question is going to be specifically, how late can I go before it starts to hit my credit reports? And so we're going to dispel a myth today, and we're also going to talk a little bit about how the credit industry is really kind of a voluntary industry with respect to reporting of late payments. And so kind of straight out of the gate, no lender is required to report anything about you to any credit reporting agency. So you can have a loan with a company, you can have a credit card with a company and never ever pay them a penny in default, and they don't have to report anything about that to the credit reporting agencies. They're going to, but there's no requirement that they do so because the system is voluntary. Now, I want you to keep that in mind as we go through the rest of this. So as far as reporting someone as being late, let's say that you do business with lenders who are very strict about wanting their payments on time, which of course there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, if you were a bank, you'd want people to pay you on time. That's not an unreasonable position to have. But there are a very limited number of ways that you can report someone as being late or on time as a lender. It's all very regimented, and there are requirements that these lenders must meet and standards that they must meet when they're reporting late payment information to the credit bureaus. I've listed the 7 ways that a lender can report late payments, or payments, if you will, to a credit bureau. You can be reported as current, which is obviously what you want. That indicates that you're paid on time, that there is no delinquency, you're good to go. You can be reported as being 30 days late, and what 30 days late actually means, and a lot of people don't know this, what 30 days late on a credit report actually means is that you're 30 to 59 days late. You can be reported as 60 days late, which means that you're 60 to 89 days late. You can be reported as 90, which means you're 90 to 119 days late. You can be reported as 120, which means you're actually 120 to 149 days late. You can be reported as 150, which means you're 150 to 179 days late, or ultimately you can be reported as being 180 days past due or worse. What is missing? That's the question, and it's actually the answer to the question of this blog: how late do I have to be? What is missing here is anything that gives a lender the option to report you 1 to 29 days late. It simply doesn't exist. There is no systematic way for a lender to report you late anything less than 30 days. And so while I absolutely do not endorse people paying their bills late, you actually have roughly a 30-day grace period before the credit reporting agencies will allow one of their, a lender to report you as being late to the credit bureaus. So let's just say hypothetically that you have a credit card account and the due date is the 1st of the month and you don't pay them until the 15th of the month. You, believe it or not, are current in the eyes of the credit report because you fall in between day 1 and day 29, right? Because you're 15 days late. You have not exceeded 29 days late to get to 30, so therefore you cannot be reported as being delinquent. That doesn't mean that they can't charge you a late fee. It doesn't mean that they can't raise your interest rate. It doesn't mean that they can't close your account. It doesn't mean that they can't reduce your credit limit. So they can still do all the things to you to punish you for being delinquent. The one thing they can't do is they can't report you late until you're a full 30 days delinquent. Now, once you get to 30 days delinquent, the minute you hit 60, they can report you as 60. And the same goes true for the 90, 120, 150, and 180 progression. Let's say that you're 9 months delinquent on a loan, which is just, why would you possibly be 9 months delinquent? You're 270 days past due. you would fall in the 180 plus range, meaning there's no way to report you as being 270 days past due. You would fall in the 180 day plus. By then, whatever it is probably in default. It's probably been charged off. Foreclosure proceedings probably have been started. If it's an auto loan, it has long been repossessed. They don't let you go that delinquent if it's an auto loan. And if it's a credit card, then it's already in collections and they may have even sued you by then. So while you have this grace period, you really would like to forget about the fact that you have it. But if you run into really hard times one month and you only have a few bills that you're able to pay and you have to pick and choose which ones to pay, keep in mind that the credit reporting industry has this built-in 30-day grace period for you. So if you have any questions about this, let me know. Drop them in the comment section below. I'll do my best to answer them. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and we will talk again soon.
For more videos and credit tips from John Ulzheimer, go to www.tradelinesupply.com.